So, hello from Vietnam. I don't know what the quality is going to be like because I'm up in the mountains. And I don't even know if anybody will be watching because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. But I thought I would give an update on what I'm doing. Because you probably haven't heard from me for a while, but that's because I'm here and I wanted a holiday. But and even though I'm here, I'm still writing and putting those things more on Facebook, really. And it's been really great because it's sometimes good to get a fresh perspective on everything. I'm just going to get a chair. This is where I'm staying. She's staying with a family, Vietnamese family. Misty morning. Everyone's out planting the rice fields. So yeah, it's really great to get a fresh, just to feel fresh, because this is fresh, isn't it? This is fresh, and a lot of the things that I used to say have really just dropped away. I don't know why that is. That's just something that seems to happen. Because I see that a lot of the ways that we think about and the way we approach the subject of non-duality, which isn't a subject at all. There is no subject here. That's the wonderful thing. The way we approach that is so laden with rules, so laden with dogma, and we don't even think or see it as dogma. We think that that's the ultimate teaching, that's the ultimate message. But you see, there is no message, there is no ultimate anything. There's no teaching. There's just this. There is just this fresh, alive life happening. How can that have rules? Because as soon as you have rules, you're on another path. You're in another teaching. As soon as you have a set of language, you're in a teaching again. You're on a path again when there is no path to this. There's no path to sitting here in the mountains. There's no path to it. Oh, the family are up. So all previous non-dual rules are now gone. Yeah, and it's funny because at the time I didn't really see them as rules, but in the last couple of months, I would say that it's just become obvious that there is a structure there. When you talk about the sense of me and the apparent no me and all this stuff, it's actually just giving a story. It's giving a story, and it's just a story happening in this, but none of it is actually true. They're pigs. Pigs squealing. Oh. And none of it's actually true. There's only life. And life doesn't give a shit whether it's appearing as a sense of identity. Oh, well, that's not a pleasant noise. I think the pig's just been killed. No, it's still squealing. Oh. Life is wild, isn't it? Life is wild. Life is the murdering of pigs. Life is the sense of identification. Life is everything. It's everything. And that is freedom. Just freedom. Not freedom for a human being. The human being is freedom. And here we're just talking about life. You know, we're just talking about this. That this is everything. That there isn't anything else. There is no freedom. Really, you could say that what we're talking about here is the undoing of the structures of the beliefs of freedom. Contradictory and paradoxal, I know. But that's really what we're doing here. Undoing those structures. Revealing those structures. So, you know, at the moment I've been writing about the structure of non-duality. All the language involved there. All the right way of speaking, the wrong way of speaking, the right way of being, the wrong way of being, when nobody's being any of it. And if you get stuck in what's right and what's wrong, you might as well go back to kissing Guru's feet. I mean, really, you're back on a path. This is utter anarchy. This is without rules. These birds over there flying around, no rules. The greenery, no rules. What were this voice, no rules. So the non-duality has become a scene, it's become a paradigm. It's become a teaching, even though there's, you know, people say, well, it's not a teaching. Well, it is a teaching, if there's rules. Surely we want to dispense with rules. Haven't we had enough of it? Haven't we had enough of following rules? Or I must say it right, otherwise, you know, then the speaker will like chop me to pieces. Sure, in the question and answer sessions, there will be a pointing out of the structure that's been spoken of. But when we try to speak in a correct way, we're trying to follow a teaching. It's like when you go to one of these guru cult ashrams. You can't just walk around swigging coke and having a fag and being loud. No, you've got to stick to the rules. You've got to walk around with your hand pressed to your heart, wearing white and some beads, and, you know, look long and gazingly at each other, or not look at each other at all. That's a set of rules. And it seems in, you know, non-duality, and I wish I could find another word for it, but at the moment that's the only word we can use to label what I'm talking about. There's a set of rules. You know, someone posts something on Facebook and you get 10 or 20 people leaping on it, correcting their language as if they know. As if they know. Well, the thing is that nobody knows. Nobody knows anything because there's nothing to know. You can't know the whole of life. It's an arrogance to say that I know the whole of life. So I'm dispensing with it. It's over. And it's a beautiful conversation. It's one of the best conversations, isn't it? Life, freedom. So yeah, so I wanted to address that. And what else did I want to talk about? What I'm doing. So when I get back on the 5th of March, I'll be having my first Wednesday night meeting And I do that on Discord. And I'll also be doing, for my patrons, I'll also be doing an extra one on Friday night. I don't know what date that is. It's after the 5th, the first Friday after the 5th, where we'll be doing a hangout meeting. And then I'm going back to, I'll be doing the Sunday nights as usual. And yes, I do charge a small fee for all these things. Which is another thing I wanted to address briefly, because someone said to me, they said, I hope one day you will give your services for free. Well, I did for 3 years. And there's only so long you can do something for free. You know, when you're giving so many hours, I mean, it's not just the broadcast, it's all everything behind the scenes, you know, all the messages and emails and working on my website, paying for the website, and my time, you know. So if someone says that to me again, I'm just going to say to them, if they've got a job, say, why don't you do your job for free? Why don't you go to your boss and say, you know what, boss, you don't need to pay me anymore because I'm going to do it for free. Not going to happen, is it? So that's my response to that. You should do it for free. Well, then you should do your job for free, and then we'll have the conversation. You know. And I even get it sometimes from people who are supported by the government. I say, well, why don't you go to the government and tell them to, like, no. I don't need your services, government. You don't have to pay me anymore. I'll do my no job for free. So that's what I want to say about that. So yeah, I do charge, and for the broadcasts, it's like $10 a month. I mean, seriously. What else? I'm going to be in New York in April. I think it's around the 14th, 15th, 16th, something like that. And also I'm doing a 6-day meeting. It's not 6 full days, it's more like the evening, 4 full days, and then another morning. In May, in Spain. I've got a few people coming to that, and I think there's probably going to run out of spaces soon. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if I'll do another broadcast while I'm in Vietnam, but I have been writing, so if you're on my Facebook page, you'll see my latest anarchistic writings, which I just get so excited about, because I find what I'm talking about, what we talk about, you know, because I have some great conversations, and what we're talking about, exciting, because it's so fresh and it's not old and dusty and turgid. It's not all like bogged down with standards and crap. I'm so bored of it. I'm so bored of the non-dual club. Just like, it's so good to just break free of it. Yeah, and I don't know how that will, you know, because I never know what I'm going to say. I never know what I'm going to say when I turn, you know, press go live. You never know. But I am enjoying it very much. It feels way less serious. I mean, it wasn't serious before, but now it's just like so less serious. So less about meing and being and glimpses and all these things, which are all nonsense, of course. They're all nonsense. There's only life. There's little birds down here. You think they give a shit about meing and being? You think these people working out here in the fields, they're just living their lives. Trees living their lives. All this life just being itself. Yeah, you know, we could get all non-dual about it and say, yeah, well, being and having all that, that's life living its life as well. Yeah, it is, but here's life saying it's tedious. It's tedious. Yeah. So, thank you for... There are some people here. Hello. Hello, 8 people. Hope you're all well. And looking forward to coming back and having some interesting conversations when I'm back, which is always enjoyable. And yeah, take care everyone. Lots of love. Bye. How do I turn it off? Oh, there we go.